Hey everyone, my name is Nick Gaumont and I'm a music producer from Montreal. Today I want to talk to you about the songs that influenced the upcoming single of mine called The Captain, which will be releasing tomorrow, October 1st, on all streaming platforms. I'll give you a brief rundown of what I was trying to get out of each song, and then I'll give you my own takeaways on the process of inspiration and influence. The main influence on this song was a song by Miles Davis called My Ship. It'll be pretty obvious once you hear it, but the chord progressions of this song are pretty similar. I also wanted to try to capture that floaty feeling that the horn section has throughout this song, as well as the ability that this song has to both feel sweet and sad at the same time. The next big influence was a song by Beyoncé called Hold Up. This one might be a little less obvious in terms of its influence, but basically what I was trying to get out of it was that bass and accompaniment pattern that opens up the song and how it alternates between hi-fi and lo-fi. In my own song, I experimented a lot with the hi-fi and lo-fi thing, but I wasn't able to find a way that it really worked that well, so I ended up ditching it. I also hadn't listened to this song in a long time on purpose because I didn't want to get stuck in the trap of trying to emulate it exactly. And listening now, I can tell that the resemblance isn't really that close, but I think that that's a good thing. Now, a lot of people think that this next band is one of the blandest bands of all time, and in most cases I would tend to agree with that, but I can't deny that Coldplay influenced this song. Now, their first album was playing in the house a lot as a kid, so it clearly has stuck with me, and I still kind of enjoy it, and I guess that I'll probably get roasted for that, but it is what it is. Now for this one, for the longest time, I didn't know exactly what to do with The Captain once we had done the whole verse-chorus thing twice. But eventually, I guess for some reason, this song popped into my head, and the middle section of this song felt like it could be a good starting point for the middle section of my song. I think I was trying to do the kind of a similar piano accompaniment and bass line that this song was doing. But listening to it now, I can tell you that mine is much more aggressive than Coldplay, and I think I like it that way. Now, the last two songs are probably even less obvious in terms of their influence. But first of all, we have a song called Ain't Nothing Changed by Loyle Carner. Hope I'm saying that right. Now, like Beyoncé, what I was trying to get out of this song was also the kind of alternating between hi-fi and lo-fi. Now, without a doubt, I can tell you that this song I remembered incorrectly because I was convinced that the drums also switched from hi-fi to lo-fi, which I tried to do with my drums, but didn't end up working. And clearly the drums do not do that in this song. But the vibe of the drum kit is kind of the same in the first half of The Captain. But thank God I didn't go back to check this song out to be able to copy it, because I like the way that my drums sound, and they sound nothing like this. Now, the last song on this playlist, which you can find on Spotify, link in the description, is a song by the Beach Boys called Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulders. Now, just generally speaking, the album that this is from, Pet Sounds, has had a huge influence on me. Not only are the melodies incredible, but the accompaniment and the arrangements are probably among the best of all time, in my opinion. Now, with the exception of one part of the album, I would say that these arrangements are about as close to perfect as you could possibly get. Prove me wrong. In terms of what I was trying to get out of this song in The Captain, it's mainly has to do with like the softness of the vocal melody, but also, and probably more importantly, the way that the strings kind of accompany the vocals, especially as they build up towards the end. I think that the resemblance is probably the most apparent at the end of The Captain, but you'll have to wait until tomorrow to find that out for yourself. Now let's talk a bit about inspiration and influence. Now, when it comes to inspiration and influence, you will have noticed that for most of these songs, I mentioned that I hadn't listened to them for a while, and I especially had not listened to them as I was making this song, and that was on purpose. And I think that this is important because my memory of the song was either incorrect or exaggerated in some way. Now, this might seem like a flaw in our memory, but I think we should be able to use it as a tool. A lot of us go into music because there's just something that we are not hearing that we would like to hear, and we think that we are well equipped to be able to fill that gap. When our memory is playing tricks on us like it did to me in this case, I think that it's actually helping us to figure out what exactly it is we think is missing in the greater world of music. Now, I can only speak for myself, but I think that usually when we go back to listen to that song to try to copy it more exactly, we end up losing that kind of false memory that we have of the song. And then we end up falling into the trap of trying to copy it directly. And usually that's pretty much an impossible task. So you'll end up kind of ruining the music that you like, which is not yours, and also losing the kind of ideal that you're striving for with your own music. And both of those things often lead to frustration. So there you have it. If you're interested in checking out the playlist or checking out the song, you can find links to both of those in the description. The song comes out on all streaming platforms tomorrow, October 1st, and it would mean a heck of a lot to me if you would be so kind as to pre-save the song, follow me on Spotify, like it, all those wonderful things. But most of all, just listen to it, and I hope you enjoy it. See you. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.